Talking about your chronic illness online may get you harassed, bullied, or even sued. This commenter is asking, who got sued for talking about their chronic illness online? And for various reasons, I am not currently at liberty to elaborate upon that too much. But here's what I will say. When you share your opinions on the internet, there is a pretty high chance that you may become a target of someone who disagrees with you, especially if you're a person with any kind of a platform. And we see this very clearly in parts of the internet like the subreddit Illness Fakers, whose sole purpose is to pick apart, analyze, bully, and harass chronically ill people. Now, if your entire presence on a certain platform is just bullying, parodying, or harassing other people, at a certain point, some of the people that you're harassing might turn around and say, you know what? I've had enough of this. We saw this past week with Kaya, who is a chronically ill content creator on this app, and also a subject over on Illness Fakers. Kaya, quite understandably, after many, many years of being mercilessly bullied, made a TikTok and said, I'm done putting up with this. Now, a problem with a lot of these online bullies is that they can dish it out, but they really can't take it. If they get any kind of negative backlash for their antisocial and awful behavior, suddenly they're crying harassment. They're crying bullying. They will sit there all day and dox other people, share people's personal medical records, call people's doctors, send mail to people's houses, sometimes to the extent that people have to move because of the harassment. They will call people's jobs to try and have them fired. But the second that the spotlight is turned on them, and suddenly they're having to deal with people on the internet saying, whoa, what is with this behavior? That's not okay. Then they go down to the courthouse and they file a BS petition in civil court. Now, here's the thing about that. Anybody can go down to a court and file a civil suit. You can literally sue someone in this country over literally anything. Make up a beautiful dream in your head and go ahead and sue someone. Nothing stops you from starting that process. I mean, if you had a lawyer and you consulted with a lawyer, the lawyer would probably tell you it was ridiculous. But if you're going to represent yourself, yeah, you can do whatever you like. However, once that petition is filed, you then do have to go before a judge. And the judge is going to look at the facts and decide whether or not you have a leg to stand on, legally speaking. And I think this is good information to have for people in the chronic illness community right now, because a lot of people really do have a case for filing against these online bullies, especially in instances where private information like medical records are being shared, or when the harassment is moving offline, like people are getting called, they're getting stuff mailed to their house, things like that. But if you're going to file a civil case against someone, you need to come with the receipts. And I don't just mean screenshots saying, oh, look at this thing that this person said. I mean, you have to be able to prove that the person you're accusing has actually done the things that you're saying they did. And this is a reason why a lot of the time people like the folks on Illness Fakers are not sued. No charges are filed against them because it's very difficult to prove who is behind a Reddit account. You would have to subpoena Reddit. You would have to ask Reddit to give you the IP address of the people who are posting on these sites. You need to have concrete proof that the person that you think it is has actually done those things. In the past month, I have faced quite a bit of online harassment because I stood up to a bully. And I've had all sorts of people in my comments section saying awful things, doxing me, my real first and last name, mounting a targeted campaign against me where multiple different people are mass reporting my account. But I'm not stupid. And I know that I can't prove who is behind the accounts that are doing this. I have my suspicions. I'm pretty sure I know, but because I'm not law enforcement and I'm not a lawyer and there is no criminal case, I can't subpoena TikTok and ask for that information. And also, as shitty as it is to deal with, in my case, up until quite recently, nobody had taken anything offline. No one had called, anyone in my life, employers or family members or doctors. No one had escalated things, so it really wasn't necessary. In my opinion, I was like, for me, I'm just going to let this go. People are going to be jerks. What can you do? But I'll say this. Sending the police to somebody's house, filing a civil suit that you don't have proof for, lying to a court or a judge, especially if your intention is to harass or scare or disrupt the life of another person simply because they disagree with you. Not only is that not morally okay, but that's getting a little sketchy legally also. The moral of the story is what we post online has weight and has meaning and can have consequences beyond the internet. There are real people behind the screens with real lives, and I think everybody would benefit from behaving in accordance with that truth.